miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Long Island Blues Warehouse recorded at the world-renowned EKO Studios, Deer Park, New York, the official studio of the Long Island Blues Warehouse, and welcome. Tonight, we give you our 60th webisode. Another great Long Island band. Collectively, these players have been performing for almost 20 years now to live audiences all around Long Island, New York City, and probably other places that we'll discuss as we get through the show. Tonight, help me welcome this week's featured artist, CHRISSIE ODELL and Blue Roots.
Just like Quinn. Yeah, I found me a man knows how to treat me just like Quinn. When it comes to that good love to people, my man's more back than me. But he's a love machine. When I put my arms around him, he's got a whole lot to hold. Well, I like my man big that way. I never get cold. Me a man knows how to treat me, yeah, just like the Queen. When it comes to that good love for people, my man's more fat than me. Now why would I want apples? I got the whole damn tree. 'Cause when you got the bacon, girls, you don't need no sizzlies. I found me a man knows how to treat me. Just like
Oh, yeah. This week's featured artist, CHRISSIE Odell and Blue Roots. CHRISSIE,
Yes.
welcome back to the Blues Warehouse. Let me start by saying, what's it been, about 5 or 6 years since we had you in
Gotta
here?
be at least 6.
At least 6?
Before I moved to the island.
You were living upstate.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to this stage, kiddo.
Thank you.
Great. You got
Good
a
to
few
be
degrees
here.
hotter in here. Got a few degrees hotter in here. That Coco Taylor, Etta James kind of thing you got going on. Smoldering, smoking, killer. And thank you. Thank you. We're off to a great start. Let me start by saying, let's talk about some history. You've been singing to live audiences for almost 20 years now.
Yeah, something like that.
When did you decide this was something you were going to do? Let's talk about 25 years ago, 30 years ago. What were you doing back then? Were you doing anything musically around the neighborhood? School projects, garage bands, anything like that?
No, I got married and I had kids, and then I got the blues.
Then you got the blues. Okay. Well, that makes
order.
sense. That makes sense. I remember 6, 7 years ago, again, when you were upstate, just getting ready to transition to Long Island. You worked with a mutual friend of ours up there, Petey Hop, who we're trying to get in here sometime in the future.
Yep.
Petey just became a father not too long ago himself.
That's right.
Congrats to Petey. Let's talk about what you were doing. Where upstate were you?
Wappingers Falls.
What's that near?
Poughkeepsie.
Oh, by about 3 hours north of the city, roughly?
About 2.
About 2 hours? 2. Okay. So how did you get involved in singing to audiences back in those days, 18, 19 years ago?
There was a killer blues jam up there in Poughkeepsie that a good friend of mine, Andy Follett, ran. And I went there, I loved it, and I just kept going back, and they kind of took me under their wing.
The first time you ever sang live was at that jam?
The first time I ever sang live was at karaoke.
Okay.
And I didn't think that I was a good singer because I was doing all the girl songs with the high range, and I couldn't reach those notes. And I went to the blues jams, and I said, now that I can do.
So you got the passion from those jams.
Yeah, definitely.
And no looking back, obviously.
Nope.
Tremendous, tremendous. I know you had your own band, the CHRISSIE Odell Project, here on Long Island when you first moved back down here.
And then CHRISSIE Odell and One Hot Mess up
and
there.
One Hot Mess. I have that CD at home. There's a song you did in here about 6 or 7 years ago, very well received on my Friday morning show. People request quite often, called Fishing Trip.
Yeah.
Tremendous, with that big old vocal on you, and the blues oozes out of you. You can just feel it in that tune, the way anything you do basically. But that's a very well received, big time requested song by you on my show on Fridays. So I needed to share that with you.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me grab Carlos DeJesus on guitar so he can continue a little bit of the story. Carlos, first of all, welcome back to the show. You were in here with Blue Roots. What's it been? 5, 6 years as well?
I'm going to say probably 6.
It's been about 6 as well.
Yes.
Well, welcome back, man. It's good to have you back in here.
Good to be back.
Sound great as always. I always see you guys doing things around the island. Let's talk about when you began, when you picked up a guitar. How old were you?
Actually, I was a little late. I started playing when I was 16.
A little bit of a late bloomer yourself.
Late bloomer, 16. Never took a lesson. Just was watching everybody and
completely
listening
self-taught.
to records. And I think the Fillmore East album, Allman Brothers, Fillmore East.
That's what you were listening to in your teens?
That's how I learned how to play guitar.
Very cool, man. Very cool. You go back with Paul on bass. You guys are childhood friends.
Absolutely. We go back. 7th grade is when I met Paul. That was about 4 years ago. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, we go way back. We go way back.
7th grade, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound about right?
7th grade, we met, and about 9th grade is when we started playing and picking up guitars and
garage band kind of stuff.
Actually, he started playing first, and with a bunch of our friends, and I went down to listen and hang, and then I said, hey, I think I could do that. And that's when I picked up the guitar
and self-taught.
Self-taught.
Very cool, man. What else are you listening to other than Allman Brothers in your teens?
So Allman Brothers was a big influence. Roy Buchanan was a big influence as well. The Livestock album was great. Ronnie Earl and the Broadcasters.
Very cool. Very cool.
Ronnie Earl actually played with Roomful of Blues, and that's where I first saw Ronnie Earl, with Roomful of Blues in New York City.
With Duke Robillard.
That's right.
Way back when they, in the early days for those boys. Very cool, man. Very cool. How did you cross paths with CHRISSIE Odell and get her to join this massive ensemble?
The Blue Roots Orchestra, as I call it. So actually, Billy Quinn joined the band, started playing with us, and he recommended, you know, to have Chrissy come down and sing a couple songs, and we said absolutely. So she sang 1 or 2 songs, and we all looked at her and looked at each other like, holy crap, where did she come from? You know, and she brings a lot of energy, you know, vocal-wise, performance-wise, and you know, just, you know, fortunate enough to you know, to be playing with her.
The timing was right.
The timing was right.
For you guys to join forces with one another.
That's right.
Tremendous project, great dynamic, and I say we keep it moving.
Great.
Let's do a couple more, and we'll come back and talk more with you and some of these other fine players. What are we doing next, Carlos?
We're going to do a song called You Lied to Me.
You guys good to go?
We're good to go.
Once again on the Long Island Blues Warehouse, we are going to keep it moving with CHRISSIE Odell and Blue Roots.
You nothing but a hound dog. Been snooping around my door. You're just an old hound dog. Been snooping around my door. When you can wag your tail, I ain't gonna feed you anymore. You said you was hot fast. Now I can see through that. You said you was hot fast. Now I can see through that. And Daddy, I know you ain't no real cool cat. Now, you make me feel so blue. You made me weep and moan. You made me feel so damn blue now. You made me weep and moan. You ain't looking for a woman. No, no, no. You just looking for a home. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing but a hound dog. Been snooping around my door. You just an old hound dog. Been snooping around my door. You can wag your tail. I ain't gonna feed you anymore.
Oh, yeah. This week's featured artist, CHRISSIE Odell and Blue Roots. Well done, CHRISSIE, as always. Let me sit down for a minute here, if I can, with my friend Billy Quinn. How you doing, Billy Quinn?
Very good. How about you, Mark?
Now, let me think back, because my memory isn't what it used to be. 8, maybe 10 years ago, on this stage with me, you, with, let me think, T-Bone and Franny Mae,
Yeah, we did the show twice, actually.
with Uncle Russ on the drum kit,
Yep. Yeah, Russ was.
who had some health issues 6 months or 8 months ago. How's he doing now, do you know?
I hear he's doing okay.
Full recovery?
I certainly hope so.
Great guy, great player, great player. Let's talk about the history. Let's talk about when you began on this thing right here. How old were you, and what made you decide this was something you were going to do in life?
They have a picture of me playing the old Lowry organ in the house when I was 2 years old. They used to put the headphones on me because nobody wanted to hear what I was doing.
At what age? At what age?
Two. I wasn't making music or anything. I was just
Banging on the keys.
doing what everyone else in the family was doing once the keys were free, yeah.
Nobody in the house played? They just banged on the keys?
No, they all played.
Oh, they played. You just banged on the keys. So they threw headphones on you. And when did you start getting serious with it? Like, did you take lessons? You self-taught?
All self-taught, yeah.
And what age are you when you start getting serious with it?
A couple of weeks ago.
Give or take a few hours?
I'd say about 12 years ago.
Don't quit your day job, man. Don't quit your day job. You started at, I'm sorry, what age?
Seriously, actually, my brother showed me the blues scale when I was about 12 years old. I had been playing all Beatles songs at that point. Then he showed me the blues scale, and I just started playing that all day long.
So you grew passionate with it after he taught you that?
I think so. I don't know if I chose it or it chose me, but it comes out of me when I sit down and play, so.
There's been no looking back. Very cool. Let's talk about junior high and high school days. What are you doing musically back then? Are you involved in any projects? Are you still playing at home, horsing around? What do you got going on in those days?
Staying home, horsing around. Yeah, that was about it.
And when did you do any bands, any projects before T-Bone and Franny Mae?
Yeah. Yeah, I had the Mo Green experience back in, I guess, the 90s.
A Long Island project?
Yeah, a bunch of guys. I think right now they're, what are they, Muddy Johnson, some of the guys playing in that band. We did not play out much. We were in the studio every week, just
Very cool, man. And how long did that project last? Did that last for a period of time, or that was a short-lived thing?
Maybe about 5 years. But maybe in 5 years we did 10 gigs.
They were good gigs, I hope.
Yeah, they were great.
And went from there, did you go to T-Bone and Franny Mae? How'd you hook up with T-Bone?
I started going out to the jams, and somebody mentioned that I should go play with Killer Joe, actually. Tommy was playing with Killer Joe at the time and said he had a band on the side as well and needed a keyboard player. So I started playing with them. We had a good run, probably 7 or 8 years. Very busy. And then I just been bouncing around until I found these guys.
I'm glad you downsized a little bit, because if memory serves, the first time you took this stage with T-Bone, you brought a big Hammond B3 with you.
It wasn't a B3, but it was pretty big. Yeah.
It took like 6 guys to get it on the stage, if I remember right, and it was, you know what? I mean, this thing's great. It's a one-man operation to move around. Makes sense, right? You gonna remember this for the future?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm using.
When you go do gigs with these guys, this is what you bring?
For now, until I get a van.
Very cool. Very cool. Billy Quinn on the keys. Thank you so much, my man. Let me grab up Paul Bassi if he'll make his way up to someone's mic. How you doing, Paul Bassi, on the bass?
Very good. Yourself?
The bass guy. It's good to see you, man. Let's talk about when you began. How old were you when you picked up a bass for the first time?
Probably around 16 or so.
It was at same time frame?
Remember, we went to junior high together.
Right.
We got into the Allman Brothers, saw the reunion at Central Park.
Okay.
Winter '79, Westbury Music Fair, B.B. King, Albert King, and Bobby Blue Bland. Carlos was there. And Bromberg the same month. David Bromberg, great blues player, plays everything. And then a month later, Doc Watson. So well-rounded, I would say.
I would have to say so, my man. I would have to say so. So basically, working with Carlos and getting this project off the ground, this Blue Roots thing, is the first project you ever took part in?
No.
That's not true.
Early bands, Red, White, and Blues Band.
You were with the Red, White, and Blues Boys?
It's a different. We were the original Red, White.
Any of those guys that are in it today?
No.
Okay.
We were, and Whiskey River Band.
Whiskey River Band. That one I've never heard of.
Yeah, no, a long time ago.
All right. Very cool, man. Very cool. You guys have been going strong for a long time, doing your thing around the island.
Probably 1986, we hooked up with the Matenya Brothers, and that's when really Blue Roots really took start.
Very cool. Very cool, man. I tell you, hold down the bottom end real well. You make a great dynamic to this thing, and it's good to having you back on the stage.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing a lot more things you do with this amazing ensemble, and keep going strong, my man. Paul Bassi on the bass. I thank you so much. Carlos, what are we doing next, my man?
We're going to do a song called By My Side.
You good to go?
It's original. We're good to go.
Once again on the Blues Warehouse, let's keep it moving with CHRISSIE ODELL and Blue Roots.
To get close to you, baby, even though you said you were done and through. Had to find out for myself, and is it real, and is it you? Then I watched you walk, and I heard you talk, saw your moves, baby, felt that groove, and I just can't hide it. By my side, oh, by my side, yeah. You didn't want another fling, baby, but I love the way you shake that thing, and I can't afford to fall again. And is it true? And is it you? And I watched you walk, and I heard you talk, saw your moves, baby, felt that groove, I just can't hide it. I gotta have you by my side, yeah. Oh, by my side, yeah.
don't want another fling, baby, but I love the way you shake that thing. And I can't afford to fall again. And is it true, baby, is it you? Then I watched you one more, and I heard you talk. Saw your news, baby, felt that groove, and I just can't hide it. Gotta have you by my side, yeah. Oh, by my side, yeah. Me and you, girl, you and me, baby. I said it by my side, yeah. You and me, girl. I said bye, 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 yeah. I said by my side, yeah, yeah.
Featuring Carlos DeJesus on vocals. This week's featured artist, CHRISSIE Odell and Blue Roots. Well done, Carlos. Well done, my man. Let me grab on the sax, if he'll step up to his mic there, Mr. Mikey Vitali. How you doing, Mikey?
Yo, yo.
Good to see you, my man.
It's good to see you, Mark.
Have you been on the stage with me before?
I have not, but I've been on bands that have been on the stage before. Now I'm playing with Buttered Soul now, and
you play with Buttered Soul.
Playing with Buttered Soul
Craig
now.
Hopping and the boys.
They're so incredible. They've changed their entire catalog of just putting in your face, you know, bands like Bad Company, Stone Temple Pilots, and just adding these cool.
Craig is great at that stuff.
Oh, he's so good.
He's great at that stuff.
He's definitely singing with a passion and doing Foo Fighters and things like that. Oh,
no kidding.
Getting on his knees, getting dirty.
Give those boys my best, man, when you see them.
Absolutely.
Give those boys my best. It's good to see you, man. Let's talk about your history for a minute. Let's talk about when you began.
Sure.
How old were you when you picked one of those up?
9th grade.
What was
not 9th grade. I was 4th grade.
Okay. What was the influence for you?
My mom told me to, basically.
Okay.
She said I couldn't play trumpet because it was too loud and it didn't sound good when you're practicing it by yourself, and I just wasn't allowed to play flute. And I really liked the tone of the flute, and I was like, oh, it's choice number 2. So I think on the test I put saxophone 1, trumpet 2, and flute 3rd because I was like, oh, I got pretty good ears. I can hear stuff.
So you're playing in school projects in 4th and 5th and 6th grade, I'm guessing?
No, that was just band class. And then, you know, the jazz ensemble came around, and then I think I was 16 years old. I started playing with this band called Hip Pocket. A couple of people from that were Mike Dez and Paul Block, and they're a bunch of local musicians who are just...
These are Long Island guys you're mentioning?
Yeah, Long Island guys, of course.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, I was 16 up until 17, 18, and then graduated, went to college. Did a whole bunch of ensemble work there. I was in the Green Machine that did that viral video of Rage Against the Machine. That was kind of awesome.
You were part of that?
I was a part of that. I was just one of the saxophone players wearing my fraternity letters.
Very cool, man. Very cool. When did you join this ensemble?
About 2 years ago, I think, right?
How'd you cross paths with these guys?
Just locally playing around. A lot of patchogue jams and stuff like that. I've seen them play at the Brick House a bunch of times when I think it was the Sunday Night Jam by Jim Coleman. He was doing that then. And,
the Josie Wales thing.
The Josie Wales, yeah.
Brick House Brewery, Patchogue?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On a Sunday night. On a Sunday night.
Yep.
Right across from the infamous barbecues.
Oh, best wings. The best ones.
Best ribs.
The ribs are incredible. They just fall apart.
Best
Oh, my
ribs.
goodness.
Eric, the owner of that place, just to give him a quick mention. Eric from Barbecue. Let me see. He was a third owner of a 5-star restaurant in Manhattan for years.
Okay.
He had his 2 partners buy him out. He went to Memphis for like 6 months and learned the science of barbecue. And then he came
is
to
a
Long
science.
Island and he opened up Barbecue, named after his daughter, Bobby.
Oh, yeah,
And the
that's
place has
right.
been around for about almost 7 years now, I think.
Oh, it's
going strong.
Going
And
strong. We
It's
play there
great.
a lot,
It's
too.
great to take a bite of a rib and have a bare bone in your hand. It's ridiculous how well he can.
You knew I was hungry before I started.
You know
I
what?
reached for those cookies.
Listen, let's
You
take.
saw
Can we
them.
take a break? Let's take a break and head down to barbecues.
Let's
and,
do it.
and go see Eric. So you've been a part of this project. I'm sorry, for how long now? How long you been with the
About
Blue
2
Roots?
years now.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, and just from playing locally. And Paul gave me the phone call or the Facebook message, I forget. And he was like, we really want to start incorporating some horns. We've had some other horn players as well come in. And I just was looking for filling my calendar up. And I listened to the blues that they were playing. It was just so well rehearsed. It was just, there was no limitations to what we could achieve, which was just a great feeling for me when I first started playing with them. And ever since, I've just been hooked. I show up to the gig, I come prepared. Sometimes my mic breaks, Bill fixes it for me. It's really nice. And it's just, I don't have to think too hard when I'm playing with this because it's just so organically awesome. That's why we're Blue Roots. Our Blue Roots are organic.
It oozes out of you, man.
Oozes out.
And you don't have to think much about it.
That's right.
You just feel it and do it. Not necessarily in that order.
No.
Very cool, man. Mikey Vitali on the sax.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Great having you on this stage. Great dynamic. Let me grab Scotty MICCICHE, if he'll make his way up to one of those mics, on the harp. How you doing, Scotty?
Great. How are
Welcome
you,
back
bud?
to this stage.
Thank you so much.
It's been, what's it been, 5-6 years since I last had you up here?
Yeah, I think 5 years
With
ago.
Blue Roots?
It's with Blue Roots, but that was 7 years ago, I believe.
And you were also up here with
Boom Boom Johnson.
Boom Boom Johnson, who we lost a few short years ago. Another great Long Island guy, great player. Let's talk about the history with you with the harp. When did you begin? How old were you?
I started this at 13 years old.
13.
Yeah.
What made you decide that was something you were going to do?
It's just, to me, it's like the sound of it, you know?
At age 13, you were digging the sound of the harp?
My brother got one for his birthday, and he didn't touch it. It sat in his dresser, so finally one day I'm like,
Okay.
we try that, you know? So I pull it out, and it was terrible. It was absolutely brutal. And I think the first influence I have, believe it or not, is Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull. On their first album called This Was,
Yes.
he played harmonica, and he actually is a great harmonica player. He won't play it.
He won't play it to live audiences.
No.
Probably drives his family nuts at home with it.
I think so. I think so. So
How long you been a part of this Blue Roots project? How many years for you?
12 years?
Is it 12
Almost?
years?
Yeah, about 12 years. Yeah.
Very cool, man. You doing anything else musically, or is this pretty much it for you?
Right now, this is it. This is
Not
I
that you
put
can handle
everything
anything
into-
else. I don't know. Maybe I know you've been a gun for hire over the years occasionally.
Yeah. But now
Bands will
it's-
ask you to. This is the primary and the only.
This is it. This is it.
God bless, man. God bless.
Thank you.
You sound great on that thing, man.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
going strong. Keep going strong. Scotty MICCICHE on the harp. We're going to come back and chat with the drummer next, but let's get into another tune. Let's keep it moving, people. Can I put you people back to work?
You can.
What are we doing next, Chrissy O'Dell?
We're going to do a ballad that I wrote a few years ago. It's called Sleep All Day.
Sleep All Day. Let me see where we are on that set list. That's our 5th tune. I think we're going to be able to get them all in. So let's do it. We'll come back and talk to our drummer. You good to go?
Good to go.
Long Island Blues Warehouse, once again, Chrissy O'Dell and Blue Roots.
You take my hand, it's you who understands, even if it's only in my dream. I lay on my pillow and I turn out them lights, gonna sleep all day, dream all night. I count the hours till the day is done. It's in your arms I want to run. Gonna sleep all day, dream all night. I can't do anything with you by my side. If I could only have you in my life, 'cause then and only then I don't wanna, just don't wanna open my eyes again. Oh, again. Again, you take my hand. I know it's you that understand, even if it's only in my dreams. Oh yeah, I lay on my pillow and I turn out them lights. Oh, baby, gonna sleep all day. Dream all night. Gonna sleep all day, yeah. Sleep all day, yeah. Gonna sleep all day, yeah. Oh, baby, I'm gonna dream on my life.
Oh, yeah. This week's featured artist, CHRISSIE ODELL and Blue Roots. Well done, people, as always. Good job, kiddo. Good job. Let me grab on the drums if he'll turn that mic around up there, Mr. Ian Petillo. How you doing, Ian?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Welcome to the show, my man. Let me start
you.
by saying, if I had to take a guess, you've been playing out of the womb, maybe in the womb.
More or less. I started when I was about 4 or 5 years old.
What was the influence for you?
Why I started playing was really my mom. My father wanted me to play the guitar, but my mom was the one who wins out, so I became a drummer.
Anybody else in your family play instruments?
Not professionally, although my grandmother is an organist in the church, so, but not really professional musicians, no.
Okay, okay. So at age 4, did they buy you a kit? Are you playing pads? What are you doing at age 4 and 5?
I actually had a Muppets issue drum set.
Okay.
And there's some pictures of that, too. It's pretty cool. I had that bowl haircut. And
were you a fan of Animal from
you know, I
from
really
the
can't
Muppets?
remember, but I do remember that they told me I used to play along with Billy Joel records when I was a little kid.
You did.
So I guess that was part of my influence.
Were you a Liberty DeVito fan to speak of?
At that time, I couldn't have told you who Liberty DeVito is, but he's a great rock and drummer.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about let's move ahead to, let's say, junior high and high school days. Are you self-taught? Are you taking lessons? First, when do you get serious with it? When does the passion kick in?
I had decided I was going to be professional when I was around 12, and I was lucky enough to start taking lessons with a great swing drummer by the name of Howie Mann, who played with Nat Cole and Elliot Lawrence and Tommy Dorsey, among
jazz
many
guys.
others. Yeah, great drum teacher. And he was a great drum teacher for kids because he taught you the rudiments in reading and everything, so it was a good background. I was really lucky to have him as an influence when I was a kid. He exposed me to a lot of jazz records, and you know, from there, it's a great foundation to move on to other types of music. So,
I know jazz is a big part of your life. How blues not too far of a stretch to go into another direction. Do you do, first of all, do you do anything other than this band now? Are you doing jazz projects? I know you have a jam that you do on Sundays we'll talk about in a minute. Are you involved in any other music projects today?
Yeah, I have my own jazz band, and I float around playing jazz gigs quite a bit.
All around?
Mostly Manhattan. And
mostly in the city. Yeah. Mostly in the city. How did you join forces with this ensemble? I
was playing with Paul in another blues band.
Called?
The Tommy Mudcat Band.
You guys played with Tommy Mudcat?
Yeah, and so I've been friends with Paul for quite a bit, and at one point they needed a sub for the Blue Roots, so I did a couple gigs. It kind of it all fit really well, and we all had a lot of fun. So I think that probably went on for about 6 months or so, and then at one point we just sort of became the regular guy.
I got you. On Sunday nights at a place called the Crooked Rail in, what's that, Ronkonkoma? Where's the Crooked Rail?
East Northport.
East Northport.
Markfield Road.
There's a jam that started a few months ago that you're a part of. Mike Guido from the Paper Bag, who plays with Stanton Anderson, and he was with Jim Small. Mark Newman on keys. Is Mark Newman in there?
Mark Mancini.
I'm sorry, Mark Mancini, rather. Who else do you have? Mike Nugent from Cadillac Moon.
Yep.
And you guys started this jam a few months ago.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going good.
You getting a fair amount of guys coming down and being a part of it every week?
Yeah, it started really strong. Now that the weather's going to break, it'll pick up real good again. So.
It's going to get crazy, I'm sure, especially with the ensemble running this thing. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Anything else in the works for you? The jam, the jazz thing you're doing, these guys, is that it for you, or you got other things going on as well?
I stay, pretty busy, and
You're a high in-demand guy. I know that. I don't know if you do gun for hire shows. Your phone probably rings off the hook.
I guess so. Like you say that. I play at the Allegria Hotel on alternating Thursday nights, and on Monday nights I'm playing at this restaurant called Boca in Glen Cove, and everything else is just kind of pick up stuff.
Very cool, man. Very cool. You're a guy that can definitely exchange dates with the best of them, and this is the first I've known of you for, I don't know, probably a decade, but this is the first time I'm actually seeing you live, and I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to see you live sooner, but I look forward to seeing a lot more things you do in the future.
Thanks,
with
Mark.
Mike Guido and the guys at that jam in East Northport, this jazz thing you're doing, I'd like to check out that ensemble and gigs with these guys. How long have you been a part of this project now?
Officially about 3 years.
It's been 3 years now. You feeling good?
Yeah, we always have fun.
Yeah, you definitely... Great contribution to this project, man. Great contribution to the project. Ian Petillo, keep going strong, my man. Any drum clinics in the future for you?
No, I never really got into that circuit.
Not your thing? Not your thing now.
Not really, no.
I could see you at the drum center up in Plainview, Dennis, calling you and asking you to do a drum clinic or two here.
Well, we'll see, maybe someday.
I'm gonna call him up right now when you guys get into the next song and hold the phone to them and say, remember this guy? What do you think? Let's get a drum clinic going. Sam asked somebody. I see you doing drum clinics, man, and I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. It's something I see you doing down the road. Food for thought, man.
All right. Right on.
Great dynamic to the project. Keep going strong. Ian Petillo on the drum kit. I thank you, sir. CHRISSIE Odell.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, kiddo?
I'm doing good.
It's so good to have you on the stage.
Good to be here.
It's so good to have these boys behind you. I say we keep it moving. Let's get into another tune. We'll do our goodbyes, and then you guys will play us out. What are we going to do next?
We're going to do a song called Mojo Boogie.
You good to go?
Good to go.
Once again on the Blues Warehouse, let's keep it moving with CHRISSIE Odell and Blue Roots.
boogie. Mojo boogie. I got that mojo boogie. Got that mojo boogie. Gonna dance this night on down.
Chrissy Odell and Blue. I want to say Grassroots. I don't know why. Chrissy Odell and Blue Roots. Awesome job, people. Let's get into some quick goodbyes if we can. We're going to start over here on the keys with Mr. Billy Quinn. Thank you so much, Billy. Great having you on the stage again. Back there on the drum kit, Mr. Ian Petillo.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you so much, Ian. Great having you, man. Back there on the bass, Mr. Paul bASSI. Thank you, Paul. Great having you. Good to see you as always. Let me see. Next to him, we've got Scotty MICCICHE on the harp. Thank you so much, Scotty. Over there on the sax on the end, Mikey Vitali. Good to see you, Mikey. Thanks again, my man. Back over here on the guitar and vocals, Carlos DeJesus.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Great having you guys in here. Last, but certainly not least, the lovely and extremely talented CHRISSIE Odell. Thank you so much, CHRISSIE.
Thank you, Mark.
Great
We had a
having
great
you in
time.
here. We had a blast. You guys are going to play us out in a second. Is there a website real quick where people can follow this ensemble? Working on it now? Facebook.com/Blue Roots Band. Blue Roots Band. Very cool. Very cool. For the Long Island Blues Warehouse, I am Mark Klein. Always remember, go to liblues.com. Check out the live show on Friday mornings from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time at 90.1 FM, or just go to liblues.com and hit the Listen Live link when you can. EKO Studios here in Deer Park, as always, the official studio of the Blues Warehouse. Check them out at ekoproductions.com. And CHRISSIE, thank you so much for coming in with this great ensemble.
Thank you very much.
You guys are going to play us out. What are we finishing up with?
Simple Kind of Woman.
You good to go?
Good to go.
One more time on the Blues Warehouse, we say goodbye to CHRISSIE ODELL and Blue Roots.
I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're broke. And I don't care if you don't light up my smoke. I don't need a glass, no. I'll drink it right from the can. I'm a simple kind of woman. Need a real hard man. I don't want you to buy me dinner, and I don't care to watch the tube. I don't care how many women went and walked over you. Don't want a total future. I don't care where you've been. I'm a simple kind of woman. Need a real hard man. I don't have the time for your well-rehearsed life, and I don't need none of your expensive wine. I ain't gotta be a genius now. I make it easy to understand. I don't want you to buy me dinner. I don't care to watch the tube. I don't care how many women went and walked all over you. Don't wanna talk future. I don't care where you've been. I'm a simple kind of woman. Need a real hard man. I don't have the time for your well-rehearsed line, and I don't need none of your expensive wine. I ain't gotta be a genius now. I make it easy to understand. Simple kind of woman. I need a real hard man. A real hard man. I don't want to beat your mama down. You can save all that stuff for someone else.